What is up? What is up? Reaper here, back again. I know it's been a while. It's been a while. I've had a lot of things going on that has prevented me from coming in and making any more videos, but I am back today because I am really excited with what's going on with Nikki got his victory. Nikki got his victory. It's a game that I've been playing from the start. Well, I've taken breaks here and there. Started the game, played it for a while, took a small break when all the other games started coming out. You know how you get overwhelmed with games, you kind of don't have time to play each and every game. But came back for the Chainsaw collab. Came back, did Chainsaw, played it for a little bit after, took another break, and came back for the Near Automata. So, just to show you, I also have the ReZero. There's power. She was built. I, decreased her once you can, reset the characters. I haven't been using her as much, so I reset her. B2 is there, A2. So I do have Ram. I did not. I do have Emilia from the ReZero collab, but I don't. I do not use Emilia as much. I really don't. To come and think about it, to be honest with y'all, I'm not a big Emilia fan. Even in the anime, I just don't know. She just doesn't call my attention as much. I like Rim a lot better. I mean, I hate what they did with her in the last few seasons, where she's basically become like a vegetable. And but it is what it is. But the reason I'm coming with y'all with this today is I'm pretty sure if you see Nikkei videos from anybody else other than me, you know what's coming next. And it is a property that I really enjoy. I'm a big fan of this property. I know it's one of those IPs that either you really like the IP or you don't like the IP. You understand the story or you don't understand the story. Um, it's one of those indecisive kind of things. It's divisive. There's better words, divisive IPs, which is Evangelion. Evangelion is coming into the game as their collab, and it should be starting, I believe, if I'm correct, on the 22nd. Um, we'll check that out right now. Um, for the meantime, I have been doing all my little resources to try to get as much currency. I got 10,000 right now. I do have quite a bit of these for the skills saved up. These code manual select box. Almost have 1,000 of it. These things I have to use just to upgrade all the Nikkeis. Where's the materials? Okay, so I have 35, premium recruit vouchers set up, ready for that. I know it's not a whole lot. Let's see, it's 35. You're looking at three pulls right here. Three pulls, that's 60. If I grind a little bit more, I can probably get up to the 70. You know, I it it kind of came in a time where it was kind of hard to build up, pretty much for the reason that we had the summer units come out. So obviously, I maxed out the summer unit on Sakura, and then also Rosalina came out. I know MOBU, not max, because obviously here the max is core 7. I think the only core 7 that I have at the moment is Litter. She's the only true maxed out unit that I have. But MOB, a lot of times MOB is more than enough. Core sevens is for well territory. Obviously, Litter is a standard banner character, so the more you pull, the more likely you're gonna get her. Um, like Crown, I wish I would have got an MLB Crown, but I'm happy with my Crown. She does amazing. She's like my most strongest unit right now. And like I said, because of the breaks, I'm not as high as most other people are on the game, uh, in power wise and level wise. But hey, I'm up there. You know what I mean? So this game is pretty easy to pick up. You get a good solid units. Get your good you know one, two, and three positions, and just make sure you get a good, support units. You're pretty good to go. I just got Soda Bunny yesterday when I did regular pulls, and I got Soda. Um, so for anybody that wants to start the game because of Evangelion, um, collabs are usually pretty good for the reason that they give out a lot of resources. Um, and as well, they have a lot of beneficial, like, little perks for people that come in new. And we will be hitting up anniversary sometime soon. I want to say anniversary should be uh, around November, December, somewhere around there. So, I mean, if you're coming in for Evangelion, I would say get a copy of whatever character you really like. Um, and then if you really like, let's say you really like Asuka and you want to MLB Asuka, then MLB Asuka. If you really like Ray, MLB Ray, which is kind of going into the units that are going to be coming. Kind of wanted to go into that a little later, but hey, if you like those characters and you want to MLB them, fine. But right after that, I would suggest just save for anniversary, because anniversary we get pilgrims, and the pilgrims are usually the strongest units in the game. Um, Red Hood was last year's anniversary, and she is awesome for the reason that she doesn't have a specific position. This game has three positions. It has, you know, position two, position one, and position three. And with Red Hood, um, she can do each one. You can use her at burst one. You can use her at burst two. You can use her in burst three. As you can see, and what's cool about these pilgrims is they do get put in the regular pool, in the regular recruit pool. So if you go to recruits, whenever you get a premium character, so right now we have this girl right here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to plug in my computer to the charger because it started dying on me. Um, we have, I'm gonna butcher her name, Zoe. We have her right now. Now she's not very good. She's good for anybody that wants to do like solo rates and stuff like that. She has viability over there. I don't know if maybe we'll get some more units that will up her game a little bit more to be more usable on other areas in the game. But I did not go for her because obviously when she came out, we knew that the announcement for Collab was going to come out sometime soon. So I wanted to wait and see what Collab was. Again, if it was going to be something like ReZero, where the units, like I said, I like Rim and Ram, but I'm not a big Emilia, fan. So even though Emilia was decent when she came out, I didn't really go too into Emilia. Um, that's that's why I wanted to wait, because if there's gonna be units like that, let's say if they got any other collab that I just don't vibe with, then I can go into anything else or save up for anniversary. So what I wanted to show you is there's a probability. So when you look at the probability, these are all right here in the top. These are all going to be your programs. So when a program comes out, they do get added, but if you pay attention, it's at a 0.455 when everybody else is a 0.221. So you do have a decent chance of probability of getting a pilgrim, but you got to contest with all these other units. Whenever the program first come out, like when Red Hood came out, you have a special banner, and they are at 1%. I know it's a 1%. Like Zingwe here, she's at a 2%, which it's a whole lot better. But you're at a 1%, you have a better chance of pulling the character when they came out. When they come out. Now another thing about this game too that's pretty cool is that you have a pity system, which is the mileage shop. You go to the mileage shop. Every time you recruit on special recruits, you get the gold tickets. And on these gold tickets, once you save up 200, you get to buy a actual copy. Not a body. These are bodies. These are just dupes for your characters, but you get the actual character itself. So if let's say you come in for the Evangelion and you're able to get your Evangelion, units, and you're building up pity, and anniversary comes, you have that 200 available. You just go in there and get the unit. Pilgrims usually, it depends on the unit. Most of the times, a lot of times when you first start off in the game, pilgrims don't really need that many dupes. They're pretty strong, but there's some pilgrims where, like Red Hood, she just had so much, to her that I wanted as much damage as I could. I got this, you know, Core Max 2. I got it during the event. I haven't got another, copy of her. Crown, if I do remember, I got her to just one dupe, and eventually I got the second dupe. I was able to get just the two copies. Um, and plus, she's a defensive character, so you really don't necessarily need more copies. But obviously, the more copies, the better the unit. Modernia, I wasn't when I took a break. Modernia came out. She happened to be one of the better, pilgrims, better units. It was for the longest time, it was between her and Scarlet, which was the two units that people would argue over who was the better unit. Now I have them both more or less the same, and this is just pure luck. I Scarlet, I actually got her in my first pull when I first started the game, so I had her from the beginning. Um, Modernia, it was later on when I got her, so um, but she's awesome. I think right now where it stands, they're still both really really in the top tiers, but Red Hood came in, and Red Hood is giving them really good competition. But they both have their niches. I use Red Hood and Modernia at the same time, so really give a good firepower. It used to be Red Hood and Scarlet together, but then when I got Modernia and I was able to get copies, and I was able to get her up, it's become her. Especially now with Crown. Uh, this is also Black Scarlet, a really good unit. So you got very different variations. This is another pilgrim right here, Dorothy. Um, Now the units to really go for, if you're going for if you're coming in new, you really want a good support, and units are gonna really help you out in the beginning. Obviously, Litter is one of the best burst ones in the game still, and she's OG. She's one of the best for beginners. If you're coming in and you're re-rolling and you get her, you have a great burst one. Um, Now, if you get Dorothy, then yeah, obviously, but Dorothy's a pilgrim, so it's a little bit harder to get her, because you got to contest with all the other pilgrims coming in. But Litter is awesome. Now, the ones that you really want to see if you can get, the duels. There's two different duels that are really good in this game, and a lot of people still to this day say those are the best duels to try to go for. Is Blanc Noir is your number one duel. Blanc and Noir, the two bunny girls, they're sisters. Now they're awesome because one helps and gives you heals and raises up, your attack, and Blanc is more there, not so much to burst or anything, but she does increase, your HPs for the allies, and activates entering full burst effects. Maximum ammunition capacity by 5 rounds for 10 seconds. Reload 39.8% of magazines. So you're just reloading a whole lot faster, and you have a whole lot more, firepower uh, when you're fighting. Sorry, I'm messing up my words right now. But the other duo too is Tia Naga. Tia Naga is another duo that a lot of people like and they run. Um, Obviously, it's again, we're going into burst cooldown. She helps cool down your burst a little bit, and recovering health and attack goes up. She's real good in helping you in that way. She's not fully built on my account, because I have the bunny girls, and the bunny girls have been a little bit more, useful for me. Naga, on the other hand, Naga has been really useful. I've been building her up a little bit more because I use her with my crown now. And same thing, she helps with HP. She also Um, repairs, your coverage too. Damage dealt with attack core up. She ups your damage, recovers, casts full HP. She also deals damage dealt when attacking core 77.43% for 10 seconds. Now, when you hear the word core, every big boss here has a core. And when you hit that core, it just gives extra damage. And that's another thing that's really good with Red Hood. Red Hood does real good damage towards cores. Um, so I've been using her with my Red Hood and Crown. She really helps out Crown and try to keep Crown alive for an extended period of time. But those are like basically the 5 units to go for at the beginning to try to get at least those 2 duels and maybe that burst one. Now, like I said, if you're happy to get, like a Dorothy, a Crown, any of the pilgrims. Well, I don't want to say any because there are some pilgrims. To give an example, like Isabel, she'll help you in the beginning of the game, but she kind of falls off. Snow White's actually pretty good. She's an actual, still a decent burst 3 pilgrim. So I wouldn't complain too much about Snow White, but Isabel, Heron, those 2 characters, they kind of fall off. You also have a defensive pilgrim that's not um, Crown. Where is she at? Let me see if I can find her real quick. So just so I can show you so you can be aware who I'm talking about. Right here. Noah. She's also another pilgrim, and she's a defensive pilgrim, but she falls off pretty fast too. So to the point that I don't even have her, and built that well. And you see here, I have gear. This is like the maximum gear you can get to, like the gold gear. And the little symbols here, that's the pilgrim symbol. You'll see it here. You'll see it here on them. That just shows that this gear goes with them. So if you were to put, let me take all this off. I put it on. Take it all off. If I were to put just a regular helmet, right here, you see it went up to 28,682. So let me take it off, unequip. And if I were to put the pilgrim, you see how it went up to 9 instead of the 600. So it actually gives you more stats just by being the same, the same rarity as them, a pilgrim. Just that alone. So especially like for a unit like her that you might use at the beginning, but it's gonna fall off. Maybe you don't want to level it up. You can keep it just at 0, and that'll be fine for the meantime until you get a better unit. Now, if you go back to Red Hood, you'll see that some of mine are pink. Now, that's when you get that the specific equipment. I'm trying to go for one that has equipment that's not all the way up yet. Oh, it's gonna be rare to find. Okay, here. She has a pilgrim one. You see how it's a pilgrim? It's hers. It's a level 4. So once you get it to level 5, which I can probably see if I can get somewhere there. Okay, so once I get it to level 5, you upgrade it. It goes to max 5. You come back to it. You'll get this equipment modification. Notice right here. So if you click on this, these rocks you get them while you do the when you do the boss to get the equipment. You'll sometimes get these. This is to upgrade the custom module. It'll break it and it'll permanently sync it to that unit. Once you do that, you cannot take it off. You cannot replace it. You cannot move that piece of armor to a different unit. So if you are conscious and aware that you want to, put this specific gear onto that unit and you're going to use that unit and you want that unit to be a tippity top shape, then you do that and it will sync it up. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. So tuning complete, and you're going to get subsets increased critical damage by 16.44%. Now you can re-roll those with the exact same material. So now you're going to see that my power went up, my attack went up. So now it's pink. And so now you can go over again and level it up again. And when you level it up, obviously you get more stats. But like I was saying, you can go back and you can change effects or reset attributes, which reset attributes just means that you're gonna reset this and try to get a better attribute, like get a better percentage out of it. Reset effects means that you're gonna go in and you're gonna try, let's say this was a defensive unit, so increase damage critical to increase the critical damage, which is basically critical rate. You're not, it's not really needed. You need something more like, oh, increase defensive, or let's say you have a sniper rifle and you want to increase the reload speed of it. So you would reroll until you get, recharge increase or charge damage, because with a sniper you have to charge a sniper, which is going to be Red Hood. You have to charge it. So some of these I do have charge, increased charge speed, increase critical damage. I think one of these I actually have increased damage. I gotta reroll some of these, but like this one right here, increases maximum capacity. You know, that's for me to be able to say, okay, well, I can shoot for a lot longer before she has to recharge. Increased charge damage. This is the good one for her, because you're charging. So as you charge, you have to charge your attack. It's gonna increase that attack for the charge. I don't know if I'm making sense or not, but as you play the game, it's gonna make more sense to you. So those are the kind of the benefits of doing those type of things. If you go back to the lobby, you'll have. I know this is about Evangelion, but I kind of wanted to give a brief summary of what the game was for people that might come in for the game. Um, so if you come here, interception is where you're gonna go every day. You'll do these boss battles. Now I already did my three, because you get three times a day. Your levels are preset to 200. You get to choose. You get to set up like how many ever teams you want. This is my team at the moment. I have Crown, Litter. Actually, I run Dorothy more than time. I haven't changed Dorothy on here, but I do have a Litter at the moment. Red Hood, Modernia, and Naga. So I have this team, and I clapped this boss like, I think he only goes through one rotation of his animation, and by the time he wants to jump at me again, he's dead. Train has gone a whole lot easier. Train is a killer, which you start off with Train. Once you this when you start the game, you're gonna start off at the lowest level D. Um, and Train is gonna be pretty easy there. I mean, depending on how high you got your your units at, but it's pretty easy. Then you go over to this guy over here, Gravedigger. He's a little bit more difficult because he moves around and you trying to hit his target points. Because if you don't kill the target points that he has, he will do an ultimate on you. So you kind of want to prevent the ultimate. But he moves around quite a bit, so it's a little bit of getting used to aiming at it. But once you graduate from there, then you graduate to the XE, and that's when you get all the good rewards, which you'll see here. You have a percentage of getting like the good gold ones with, their respective uh, alliances on the equipment. Another one that you're gonna want to do a lot is simulation room. Simulation room is really good because when you do this, your rewards in here are basically all the little modules that you need to upgrade your units' skills. So if you go back to here, we go to Red Hood. Red Hood, you see that my skills are 10, 10, 10, 10. So I max them. Like here, we have Modernia. She can still go up and burst. You see these little cards right here, these modules. These are the materials you need in order to upgrade your unit skills. So from here, it's gonna go hit rate 8.2%. It'll go to 8.56%. Attack from a 28.16, you'll go to a 29.38% for 10 seconds. So that's how you're gonna get your skills up, and you're gonna level up the skills. And which, when you level up skills, it's gonna level up your power as well, um, which is really good. You're gonna want to run campaigns right here. That's the first and foremost thing that you're gonna want to run up is just your campaign, because when you do your campaign, not only are you gonna get, you know, uh, materials to recruit, but you also have these little EX levels, and when you do an EX level, it'll just randomly pop up in your map once you go and do you're doing your story. Let's see, where's the EX level here? So see this little triangle right here, that's the EX. So it's gonna be I try to click it so I can just run to it, but I guess it didn't work. It was right next to me to begin with. I just took longer for no reason. But once you go in, this is the EX level, and your reward for clearing the EX level is 300, which is really good. It's one of the fastest way to get, currency. It's just doing it, because I think initially it's like 5 fights and then you get 100, and when every EX is 300. So, and then you have your everyday little missions here, daily missions. You see, I increase in equipment power level, so, and it gives me modules. It'll give me different type of rewards in here. It'll show you like little materials, currency. These are kind of a little bit harder to get to, but once you get them, you're able to level up your the levels on your characters. Um, you got tickets, and you get 100 a day. Weekly, you get 300 once you finish the whole weekly. Um, while you're doing your main campaign, as far as when you're going through all the missions and you're beating all the levels, you're gonna get some currency out of here. You're gonna get some more, essential materials that you need to level up your characters, and currency, like in-game currency. There's two currencies. There's the currency you use to pull, and there's a currency you use to basically be able to, purchase things, or, whenever you level up your character, you have to use, that currency in order to level up the character. Um, Another thing too, one thing that I forgot to mention, when you are new to this game, and if you're gonna come in, you want to the fastest thing you want to do is try to get about, let's see, if I remember correctly, I think it's like three, or I want to say, okay, to be safe, I want to say like six. I can't remember. It's been a while for me. You want to get them to 3 star, to that 200, because you want to be able to get uh, to that wall, that 160 wall. So each time you core level one, let's see, let me go back. Where's one that I don't have fully maxed? Um, so she's at 0. So if I limit break, her next limit break, if I limit break her body, which, do I have one? I do not have one. Let's find one that I do have a core for. Do I have cores for her? No, I don't. Let me see. I know I have some somewhere. I save them because every week, um, when you have cores like that and your weekly missions, you're able to go up. Okay, so here's the limit break. So right now you see that she's at 160, right? You want to get to that 200 level. You want to core break them to 200, so you can get, I believe it's three. I want to say it's 3 characters to 200. Um, I may be wrong. It's been a while, but once you get them there and you level them up to 300, to the 200, 3 or 4 units, then you activate the special, like the special system that will automatically just put all your units to max limit broken 200. It'll break the wall, basically that ceiling, and you're able to go up above the 200. I think it's the 160 ceiling. I think they call it the 160 ceiling, because at first you can only go up to 160, and once you get a couple, like I want to say 3 or 4 units to that 200 level, and you're able to get them up to 200, you'll break that 160. So that's why a lot of and plus not only that, but this is the benefit of max MLBing, is you get that little background wallpaper once you do it. So once you do that with those specific amount of units, you activate this system over here. If you go to your outpost, you get the synchro device. And once you get the synchro device, you're able to enhance them all together on here. This is why I'm saying this is a little bit more harder. I have abundance of these currencies over here, but I just need more. I need 5,000 more in order to do it again. And I get to 269. But once you do that, even with characters that don't have any dupes in them, will be automatically taken to that level. Before you activate this, all of them are individual, so you have to individually level up, and you can only go up to 160 if you don't have the max amount, MLBs on there. Which is, like I said, I'm not 100% sure anymore because it's been forever since I've dealt with that system, but I believe it is like 3 or 4 characters that you need to do break that 160 wall. Again, because I did that limit break, it gave me some points in the weekly. So it gave me 10 points. I was able to go up 10 without having, because each one, 20, I'm sorry, because each one is 10 and it takes 20 to get to each box. We also got, if you're just starting off right now, we also got 10 recruits vouchers because of, I think Twitter got so many followers. I could think, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 4,000. We'll look at it right now. Um, but other than that, yeah, this game is fairly easy. I mean, not I don't want to say it's easy. I don't want to make it sound super simplistic, but it's fun. I enjoy it. I mean, it's not a game that you're gonna sit here and play all day. I mean, you could, because there is no stamina bar on this, like no stamina limits on this game, but there is power limits. So when you go to campaign and you start playing campaign, at the beginning you'll probably go pretty far in campaign, but you're gonna eventually hit that wall where you need to level up your units. You need to put investment in their skills and their equipment and everything else in order to get past that wall and then continue going. So there are going to be those stoppage points where you're going to get stuck. Another one too that you can do when you first start, which at the beginning is going to be pretty easy, and then all of a sudden, I'm sorry, I went to the wrong spot. Uh, then all of a sudden you're going to get stuck at, but it gives you a lot of pretty good resources. Um, is and the arc is the towers. You have these towers right here. This is your basic tower where you can use any of your units. You can put whatever combination, any team that you want to use. You can do it here. Obviously, I'm strong enough to get past this. I can try it later on, but that's one of them. And then down here, you're gonna have specific to each organization, each alliance in here. So you got your pilgrim tower, and this is one that you're gonna be able to go up with the pilgrims. You see here, this is like the rewards you can get. Now, not every stage is gonna give you 100. Not every stage is gonna give you 5 of these crystals. It's each stage is gonna give you something like 50 and one. When you get to the stage that gives you the maximum amount, it's always your uh, this stage right here, like your tens. I think even at your fives. So 170 and 175, I believe, are the two stages that give it to you. You'll get your 100 and you get your 5 crystals. Now those crystals you see there, those modes, they're called modes in this game. Um, those modes, you accumulate those modes. You try to accumulate them. I think they're over here, honestly. You see right here, I got Tetra. This is the Tetra mode. I need 2 more. And if I were to get those 2 more, then I can open it for a chance of any Tetra associated character. Uh, I have a chance to get any one of them, and it's an equal chance. It's a 1%, 1.5620. Now, but there are SR they might pop out there. So, and there are R's that can come out. So it's a gamble. You're still technically, it's still technically a gotcha. You're still hoping you get, one of the characters there, not an SR. Just like this SR, this is an SR mode. So the probability of getting an SR is a lot higher than getting a SSR, but there's a chance of getting an SSR. Now, on all these, on the regular mode, this regular mode, and um, the regular SR mode, where is it at? This one right here. You don't. Their pilgrims are not. They're not in there. So no matter how many of these you build up, you're not gonna receive a pilgrim there. The pilgrims are only available in the pilgrim mode. So that's why pilgrims are very valuable. They're very rare. They're harder to come by, but once you get one, they're usually some of the best units in the game. Not to say that these aren't good, like the Tetras, the Missilis, and whatsoever. They're still good. They're awesome units, but pilgrims are always going to be better. Uh, well, not always, because like I said, there's a couple units back there that kind of fall off. And then any collab characters you're gonna see that says abnormal. They're just abnormal units because they're not considered. They're not associated to any one of theirs, and they're abnormal because they're coming from another universe into this game. So that's my B2. And another thing too that I want to say during collabs, what's cool about it is you get different skins. This is a free skin they gave out during that collab. This is her original skin. This is how it originally looks like, and this is the special skin. Special skins are a little bit more pay to win aspects. Let's see, like here, like Emilia. This is her free skin. They gave it out. This is her original, and this is her paid skin. Obviously, I don't care for Emilia. I'm not gonna get her paid skin. The paid skins here are very expensive. Now these are for whales. These are for people that really want to pay, want to support the game and want to spend, a decent amount of money for a skin. The only benefit of these paid skins are that they get a they get their different animations. Sometimes they'll get different supers to them. Um, you'll have a certain type of super with this skin, and a lot of times the paid skins will have a different animation when it comes to their ultimates or their burst, their super burst. Um, other than that, I mean, they're just pretty to look at, I guess. Or a different skin. Right now, the skin that they're offering is Nagas, but this skin is a $20 skin. Now, it's a $20 skin. I haven't purchased it. I don't know if I will or if I even can at this point. But the only benefits of purchasing it is not only do you get the skin, this one doesn't come with its own burst animation or anything. It's a skin, a literal skin. But you do get these modules, like I showed you earlier. These modules will be in there, and you should get 50 modules, and then you'll get about 20 recruits out of here. So you'll have 20 tickets to recruit on the normal recruit banner, and you'll get 50 of those modules, and you'll be able to have a chance to get an extra unit out of there. Um, Recruits are here now. That, like I said, the pity system for the recruits are these tickets. You still have a chance to get the units here, but you don't have like let's say like a Genshin after 90 pulls, you guarantee to get a unit out of the banner. These are your recruit. This is your pity. You build it up. You get the 200. You go buy the unit. Now the nice thing about it is it's 114. Obviously, I didn't get 114 out of this banner. 114 is just from where I've been pulling on different banners. The pity stays. It builds up. I could have 2,000 tickets, golden tickets, and they're always going to be there until I use them up in the shop. Just like these are from the normal recruits. I have 300. I haven't used them, so they're just sitting there. Right now, it's gonna end in 4 hours. So by the time anybody sees this, maybe you'll be on the last hour, or if you're seeing this in 2 or 3 days, 4 days, it's gone. This was the summer unit for Anise. She's actually a very good support character. Um, I don't know if they'll rerun this next year because these are actually last year's units. Um, and I was playing last year, so I got them last year. This year they reran them. I don't know if next year they'll rerun them again. I mean, there's a chance. This is the first time they actually rerun characters. Well, not that I think I'm mistaken there. It's not the first time, but it's the first time they rerun the summer ones. So since I had the 10 tickets we got in the mail, let me just pull just one and see if we get a SSR since we're recording here. SR, it could be still be a fake out. Nope, it's just gonna be a regular SR. And a decent amount of SRs too. So this is basically the summon animation. Now, if you would have gotten a SSR, it would have been gold. It would have shimmered gold when it was purple, and it would burst like a gold explosion. Um, you can still have a fake out. You can go up with a purple, and it'll hit the cylinder, and when the cylinder opens up, it'll burst gold, and you would have a fake out animation. When Oscar drops, I will be back on here. I will be here live, and I will do my summons either live or record my summons, one of the two, um, just to show it off, just to see if I get anything. You see, I got another ticket there. With these tickets, I don't tend to save them up very much. Like save them up and do them all at 10. I normally just do them as I get them. It's up to you how you want to do it, but the rates are they're so good that I mean, there's a chance you can get a gold here. You see, SR. That's a R actually, or but I mean, there's been times where I think B2 to MOB, I was just doing every time I got 300, I was just doing it. I got it. So I mean, the rates are decent enough that doing a one by one by one, it doesn't really harm you. So okay, let me head over to Twitter just to show you what the units look like and everything else, and we'll get it on out of here. All right, guys, the video kind of went long, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this a beginner guide, and then I will come back with another video for the Evangelion stuff on X. So if you like the content, please give me a subscribe, a like even, and we'll check you back here at the Raven's Nest. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.